speaking of back in the day, I wanted to ask, man, if you notice in the 90s, from the 90s for a long time, we always had a summertime anthem. It ain't been one of those in hip hop in a minute, man. Like, you know, just think about even when you had Will Smith, the summertime, you know, summertime, you had all these big records, like what was your record, All for the Money, that came out, that was a big summer record. All for the Money. You just had songs that just played through the summer, man. It's like, I wonder sometimes what's happening with hip hop, man. Like, I get worried sometimes.
Well,
it's too much variety and it's too much, so what have you done for me lately?
yeah.
You put out a song today, nigga hit me. I could put out a song today, a nigga gonna hit me and be like, that motherfucker was hard. 2 days from now, nigga gonna be like, what else you got?
Yeah, the music cycle is too short. You know what happened?
And I feel that's because it's a billion niggas now. And when you got like streaming sites to where, okay, they play this song 1 second, and then now you on this artist this second, then you on this artist this second. My attention span is
and that's why artists, I noticed the way artists release albums now, especially the new cats, they'll release an album, right? Then they'll drop a single, then they'll drop another single, then they'll drop another single, then they'll drop another album. So you look up, through the year, they don't drop like 10 to 15 albums. Through where the whole course of your career, if you was lucky, you got to get 3.
Yeah.
Lucky.
If you was lucky.
Lucky.
If you was lucky, you got to get 3 albums.
That's the power of self-promotion and self, doing right now. Because nigga, I'm gonna do 15 songs, and then 2 days later, I'm gonna go just run in the studio and do another song, and I'm gonna drop that motherfucker tomorrow as a single. And then 2 days from now, I'm gonna run to the studio and do another song, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna drop that motherfucker in the single.
You know what? I was talking to one of the little homies, right? Not little homie, very much a grown man, but G Perico, right? And I was talking to him. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get back and recording this album, right? And I was like, damn, you just dropped the album. But he's putting out another one. I guess in the way the climate is today with that streaming, because motherfucker's attention span,
like I said,
goes so fast, it's like you got to
put an album out today, and by next week, a nigga wants you to drop another album.
Because records have turned into content, just like how we do this podcast. Albums have turned into content, man, where motherfuckers just, okay, I'm gonna go record an album. And before, I know when I was recording, I always wanted to have a theme, like a story to my. I just didn't go in and just record a bunch of songs.
Right, that's me. I like to have a title, a subject, a theme or something. I don't just like to, hey, put the beat on and I'm just gonna start rapping about anything. I hate doing that shit. So I like to vibe to the music and come up with some kind of concept first. And then once I do that, the shit kind of easy for me. Once I come up with that first 5 words and of whatever that concept or that story is gonna be. Usually it just flows after that. But I don't like just getting in there and they put the beat on and the next thing you know, I'm just rapping about anything and but that's a lot of
just rapping the rap.
That's what they call it. They call it freestyling today. Back in our days, freestyling was, just
really?
But today you can have a whole song and it could talk about nothing, just a bunch of and that's freestyling today.
Yeah, it is. And you know what, man, I think what's hurting the kids today, not the songs like the ultimate old head, but you got to remember, some of the greatest hip-hop albums had producer clicks, or it was just like one person oversee it, or you had situations to where it might have been 3 or 4 cats, but they was all working in concert with each other. Like,
a lot of these top 10 albums
I think that's what made 3 6 Mafia so great, because to me, Juicy J and DJ Paul are probably one, if not the greatest production tandem of all time. They got to be damn near mentioned in the top 3.
Yeah, they're up there.
Them dudes are phenomenal producers, and I don't never hear them get their credit because they kind of invented the Memphis sound.
Well, they stamped it.
They definitely stamped it, and I know, you hear a lot of artists, like I hear Crunchy Black talking about Paul owe him money, but without them beats, and Crunchy Black, you my guy, man, I love you to death, but without them DJ Paul and Juicy J beats, I don't know if the stuff would have been hitting like that.
I mean...
And I like Crunchy Black. Crunchy Black is the homie, been on the show and everything else, but
You gotta have the beats, man.
The producers
Gotta
are very
have the
important. And a lot of them, 3-6 Mafia went through a lot of members, right?
Mm-hmm.
They went through a whole lot of members, but the one thing that remained the same and what made that group what it was were DJ Paul and Juicy J's beats. Them motherfuckers are incredible, man. And me being a producer, dude that make beats, some of them samples and the way they flipped them, like even the riding spinners, the way they chopped that shit up because it had to be chopped because that original groove don't go like they made that groove that dun 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 dun. Just what they do is it's not easy.
Not at all.
It's not easy.
And they did it hundreds of times.
And that's what I'm saying, man. And they've taken the same sample and made multiple hit records out of it, and all the motherfuckers sound different.
Yeah. They've done that multiple times too. They flipped it. They flipped, chop, strip, blend, all kinds of different things.
Yeah, they good songwriters too, man. They had it going on, man. They had this shit. They definitely some of my favorites, man. And I know on this top 50 list, they gonna wind up probably with more than one representation on there.
Project Pat, Mr. Don't Play. That's the one.
Yeah, and you know what? He's one of them dudes, like we mentioned Rick Ross earlier off the thing. He's one of them dudes that just seem like he just get better, man. I heard him on some even on the Drake
Oh, yeah.
he spazzed on there. Drink syrup like his liquor. Catching up the guy quicker.
Yeah. No, he's a true master of the game, Project Pat.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.